controls are, as I put it, how to not get ripped off. Internal controls are extraordinarily important. You have to stay on top of stuff. You're earning cash, you have employees, you have a need for internal controls. Anybody who works with you has the opportunity to steal from you. And it sounds terrible. The employees that you think, oh, they'd never do that. It's what happens. It's really, really sad, but you hear about that 20-year employee, oh, she's never missed a day of work. I would immediately be suspicious of that person because she's never missed a day of work. That means no one else has ever come in to do her job. You see that all the time. So it's important to know who your employees are. Even in very small businesses, without any employees, you have to have some internal controls. What do I mean by internal controls? Stuff like this. Reconcile your bank accounts. Don't just look at what the ending balance is. Actually look at what checks did I write, what checks cleared, how long are they taking to clear. Use a cash register and make sure it locks. One that prints a tape at the end. Count and recount your cash and deposit it. And I don't think I put it up there. I said deposit checks promptly. Make deposits at the bank. You don't need to have $10,000 in cash laying around. Put the money in the bank. Yeah, it's not going to earn any interest, but it's not going to get dusty. Put it in the bank. Keep track of any trends in your business. You know if you're a florist, you're going to have a lot of sales in February. But you may also have a lot of sales around graduation. And if one year all of a sudden, or a lot of sales on Thursdays for some reason, guys get in trouble on Wednesday night, so they have to drink flowers home on Thursday. You know, it happens. So make sure you keep track of that stuff. And so if all of a sudden you're like, why are my Thursdays so crummy? Do you have someone? I didn't look at him. That corner. You want to make sure if you have some, a new employee or even an old employee who all of a sudden things are looking a little weird. What's going on? Let's watch that a little bit. Check references for potential employees and contractors. Would you hire someone sight unseen to build a house? No. But we'll hire an employee off an application and we haven't verified anything. It doesn't hurt to call references. In fact, if people are willing to put them down, if you can't get a hold of them, that's kind of a sign. So call the references. I'm not saying you have to do a full-on background check on everyone, but call one or two of the references. Sometimes it is important to do a background check, but it depends. Physically count your inventory. Don't trust if it says the box has 36 in it, that it actually has 36 in it. I had in a situation an employee was stealing Skittles out of the bottom of the box. I opened a box of Skittles, there's like 8 packages left. So, it happens. Keep control of any company credit cards. Credit cards and debit cards. You should know exactly who's using them and when and why. We all know people are not great about checking the person, making sure that they match who's on the credit card, so watch that stuff. Security of your assets, inventory, equipment, computers, laptops, iPads, all that stuff. Secure it. Make sure it doesn't walk out the door. And if possible, segregate duties. What this means is don't have the same person who's running the register all day to the person who counts the cash, makes the deposit, puts it all away. They have a very easy chance. Totally easy. Oh yeah, that'll be $40. Never rings it up, goes into their pocket instead of the register. If possible, make sure people can take returns. Make sure they have to have approval. If you're going to do a gift certificate, it gets accounted for correctly. So watch all this stuff. In conclusion, you got to keep track of all this stuff. Accounting is about, for the revenue and expenses in your business, it's really important. You have to keep track of it for tax purposes. You have to keep track of it for all this stuff. And it's helpful to start off strong. Get your financial affairs organized from the beginning, and it will help you because you can stay on top of this stuff. And don't be afraid to seek professional help. Accountants are not that expensive. Everybody thinks, oh my gosh, you spend $20,000 on an accountant. No. It might be a couple $100 a quarter, but the tax penalties would be a lot higher than that from setting it up. So